Hey, what's up, man? Doc Testosterone here again, out in the sun. Today it is a baseball field we're in. I recorded a recent video here, if you remember. It's about beards and jerking off and whatnot. Amazing video. Today is all gonna be about sprints, but every time I do a balls out sprint, I will talk about a myth of testosterone. So we're gonna go over 5 top myths of testosterone. There's a lot of bullshit in your head and your friend's head because there's a lot of misinformation, a lot of crap that is drilled into you about testosterone. And medically, based on scientific research, I will disprove all those myths today in this video. So what I'm gonna do is sprint back and forth 6 times, so 3 sets, and then I'm gonna rest and tell you one myth. Now I'm gonna do it again and again and again 5 times. I just played basketball, I'm a little tired, but we're gonna get through this because there are no excuses. Now, if you wanna know about sprinting, about the statistics, about how exactly it naturally boosts testosterone without even going to the gym, everything about vitamin D, how sunlight exposure causes and produces testosterone in the body through vitamin D production, you can access that video here. Axel put it right here. So let's get started right now. Myth number 1, coming to you soon. Wow, already getting a little tired. Okay, so myth number 1, that if you boost testosterone naturally, it is similar to taking steroids. The fact that people who are on a journey have a map to boost testosterone and are following a specific plan, they are similar to those people on roid rage, people who fight, they're aggressive, they are too much for society. People who get this rage, they go to jail, they become criminals, they're the lowlives of society. Testosterone, the word, is associated with that framework. Total bullshit. That is the number 1 myth of testosterone. There are so many people who have emailed me and said that we're so glad that we found your channel because we used to think that boosting testosterone was about getting in fights and being super aggressive. Scientifically, there's no causation relationship between high testosterone and aggression or any sort of aggressiveness that leads to criminal activity. None whatsoever. On the contrary, what you'll notice is people who are masculine, people who have really great sexual energy, not only do they have high testosterone, but they have a low level of cortisol. Because sometimes high testosterone brings in a high level of cortisol as well. Now, you know cortisol is the stress hormone. That is what is produced by the adrenal glands when there is stress in your body. So that's a stress hormone. So what you wanna do is have high testosterone and low cortisol. So if you used to think that testosterone has to do with fucking steroids, now look, of course steroid users are injecting testosterone in their body, but they're injecting 10x the testosterone that we're trying to boost naturally, normally. So it is very important to have a balance in your endocrine system, your hormonal system. So all the hormones, not just testosterone and cortisol, but also dopamine. And I'm gonna get to dopamine in the second myth. Stay tuned. Wow, that's just 2. Yeah, it's gonna be impossible to do 5. No, it's not. No excuses. Now, myth number 2 is people think that testosterone is the only hormone that is associated with sex erections. No, 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 my friend. No, no, no. Nighttime erections, or morning wood, nocturnal penile tumescence is the word for it that we use. So morning wood is associated with testosterone mostly. Okay, so if you're not getting morning wood, if you're not getting bedtime erections, that's low T. However, sex erections are not totally associated with testosterone. Testosterone obviously is involved, but in the brain, the top neurotransmitter is dopamine that needs to be triggered. The release of dopamine has to happen in order for you to have a sex erection. So, you already know from my porn addiction videos what dopamine is. Now, you can access all those, the entire porn addiction playlist right here. Axel put that shit right here. So you can learn all about dopamine and how it relates to porn. But for the myth, dopamine is the number one neurotransmitter associated with sex erections. It's not testosterone. Okay, now a lot of people, they're trying to promote, they're like a testosterone guru. They're gonna tell you, oh, testosterone, dude, it's good for everything. You know, fucking, it's not just muscle mass and losing fat, getting a six pack and shit. No, no, no. It's also gonna make you money. And it's also gonna get you, I don't know, it's also gonna like, they just have so many levels of success and they relate everything to testosterone. Now, of course, testosterone does have to do with confidence, right? It has to do with energy levels and masculinity, just the way you feel, the endurance during the day, but not for sex erections. That's dopamine. Now, speaking of beards and hair growth and how dopamine is involved in all that, and how testosterone's involved, the third myth is gonna cover male pattern baldness and beard growth. Now, you know I got a lot of hair, I just have a hat on right now. I'm not gonna take it off because it's workout time. But if you wanna see what my hair looks like, you'll see it in the previous videos. And by the way, I'm about to make a video in a week or two about the one book that you can get for hair growth on the head and beard growth right here on your fucking chin, full beard. That book is coming to you soon. So I'm just announcing it here. Keep looking at the videos if you want to get hair here and hair here. That video is coming soon. It's about the one book that I've used, and that is my ultimate secret, guys, that I haven't said, you know, I haven't told anyone because the book wasn't released. But this is the surprise for you right now. Wait for that book. Time to do the third sprint set, and then I will tell you the myth about this and this. Wow, man, doing it in the sun, way harder than a fucking treadmill where you run like a pussy and jog. Do it out in the sun, guys. Okay, third myth. The myth is that if you have high testosterone, you're gonna be bald. That's bull. Such bullshit. Now, I talked about this in a previous video, all about how jerking off relates to hair growth. Again, this corner here, check out that video. I already covered a lot in that video in terms of vellus hairs, terminal hairs, the different types of follicles that allow hair to become thin or thick or pigmented. All that, again, get the video here, I'm not gonna repeat it. But the myth is that high testosterone equals baldness. Not the case. Okay, let me show you. So, this is what my hair looks like. It's, okay? If you just comb it, you know, this is what the hair is. Got all this hair in the front that you see, okay? Now, all that was not the case before, right? If you see my hair in other videos, now it looks like shit, but you'll see how much hair I've grown in the last just 3 to 6 months following that book. Now, the thing is, it depends on your genetic expression. For some people, high testosterone leads to baldness. So if you're bald, Yes, it has to do with the androgen receptors on your scalp. Of course, it has to do with the androgen receptors on your scalp in the hair follicles. They're androgen receptors where testosterone binds. There's conversion to DHT from 5-alpha reductase, all that stuff. Access it again in this jerk-off video here. But a lot of people with high testosterone have a lot of hair because in them, the specific genetic expression that leads to the phenotype of losing hair or keeping hair, they kept hair. That's all it was. So it's a genetic thing. If you have high testosterone, does not mean that you're gonna be bald, and it doesn't mean you're gonna have a lot of hair. Simple as that. Okay, wanna know what the fourth tip is? It has to do with women. Haven't talked about women a lot on this channel when it comes to boosting testosterone, but let me give you a myth very soon about women and testosterone before I die right now. I don't know if you can see that. I'm tired as fuck. That sprint round was a fucking pussy jog. Oh my God. I need some water too. Okay, so the fourth myth is that testosterone is bad for women. We're gonna get to men in the fifth myth, so don't worry if you're a man, still hear this. Very interesting. Women who boost testosterone undergo an increase in their libido. Also, women who are postmenopausal, those that have already hit menopause obviously, with testosterone injections and boosting testosterone naturally, they have an improvement in spatial memory, as well as memory reorganization when they're in a maze, searching and learning where the reward is. That is the fourth myth of low testosterone. I'm gonna give you the fifth myth right now. Let's go. The last one, just want to walk back, cool down a little bit. I'm just such a pussy right now. Shouldn't have played basketball. Okay. The fifth myth. Fifth myth of high testosterone is that you need to eat a lot of protein. I beg you, honest to God, stop listening to the douchebag, fucktard, retarded, asshole motherfucker, dumb fuck, dickhole supplement companies that are giving you this bullshit whey protein, and they're telling you that you need that much protein for gains. Nope. You need a specific amount of protein depending on what your weight is, how much mass you have, and that's it. What you actually need to boost testosterone naturally is fats. Eat fats, good saturated fats, monounsaturated fats, omega-3 fatty acids, all of those videos, nutrition stuff is all right here. Boom. Those are the 5 myths. I have to go get water before I get dehydrated. But if you want more information about testosterone, the 5 factors killing your testosterone, click right here. Right here in that corner, click here to access the 5 factors killing your testosterone and how to fix them today ebook that is for free to you. If you sign up today, go click here, get that fucking book. And that's it for the video. If you want more shit like this, where I'm working out like a motherfucker, sprinting and giving this gold of knowledge based on my 13 fucking years of science and medical research experience, let me know and I'll continue to make more so you can see me suffer. chat icon coming up at the end. That is how you can add me on Snapchat, snap me your questions, and I will answer them. This is Doc Testosterone, and I will see you next time.